Good morning, children. Children, today we will learn about square roots. Square roots. As you already learned about square numbers, any number multiplied by itself gives us a square number. Any number multiplied by itself gives us a square number. The square root of a number is a number we can multiply by itself to give that number. The square root of a number is the number we can multiply by itself to give us that number. Okay, let me explain this, children. This is a symbol for square root. This is the symbol for square root. Here we can read this as square root of 4 is equal to 2 because 2 squared is equal to 4. 2 squared is equal to 4. 2 squared means 2 into 2 is equal to 4. So the square root of 4 is 2. Okay. Similarly, we can read it as square root of 9 is equal to 3 because 3 square is equal to 9. 3 square is equal to 9. Okay. Square root of 64 is equal to 8 because 8 squared is equal to 64. 8 squared means 8 multiplied by 8. Square root of 144 is equal to 12 because 12 squared is equal to 144. Square root of 1 is equal to 1 because 1 square is equal to 1. Square root of 0 is equal to 0 because 0 squared is equal to 0. 0 squared means 0 into 0. So the square root of 0 is 0. Okay. Finding square root is the inverse operation of finding squares. Finding squares in the opposite ആയിട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ് finding square root. Okay. So square root of a number is the number we can multiply by itself to give us that number. ഒരു നമ്പറിനെ സെയിം നമ്പർ കൊണ്ട് മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴാണ് നമുക്കതിൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയർ കിട്ടുക. We are taking, suppose we are finding the square of 2. 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4. 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4. So the square root of 4 is 2. Okay. 4 എന്നുള്ള പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് കിട്ടാൻ നമ്മൾ ഏതൊക്കെ നമ്പേഴ്സാണ് യൂസ് ചെയ്തത്? 2 and 2. 2 a number multiplied by itself gives the square number 4. So the square root of 4 is 2. Okay. Similarly, a number multiplied by itself, that is 3 into 3 is equal to 9. So the square root of 9 is 3. Okay. That is the inverse operation, that is opposite process. നമ്മൾ സ്ക്വയറിങ്ങിൻ്റെ ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് പ്രോസസ്സാണ് ഫൈൻഡിങ് ദ സ്ക്വയർ റൂട്ട്. Squaring means we are multiplying the number by itself. 3 multiplied by 3, 9. That is squaring. Finding the square of a number. A number multiplied by itself. 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 9. So the square root of 9 is 3. Okay, the inverse operation. തിരിച്ച് ചെയ്യാം. In mathematics, subtraction is the inverse operation of addition and addition is the inverse operation of subtraction. Similarly, multiplication is the inverse operation of division and division is inverse operation of multiplication. Okay. Here, finding the square root is the inverse operation of finding the square of a number. If we know the square of a number, we can find its square root easily. Okay. നമുക്ക് ഒരു നമ്പറിൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയർ അറിയാമെങ്കിൽ അതിൻ്റെ സ്ക്വയർ റൂട്ട് അപ്പം തന്നെ നമുക്ക് കാൽക്കുലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. ഓക്കെ. ലെറ്റ് മീ എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ വിത്ത് 4 more examples, children. Here The squares and square root of the first 10 numbers are given, starting with 1. 1 squared is equal to 1. 1 squared means, children, 1 multiplied by 1 is equal to 1. So the square root of 1 is 1. Okay. 2 squared is equal to 4. 2 squared, that means 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. So square root of 4 is 2. 3 squared is equal to 9. 3 into 3. So square root of 9 is 3. 4 squared is equal to 16. That means square root of 16 is equal to 4. Similarly, we can find the square root and squares and square root of the next 5 numbers. 5 squared 25, square root of 25 5. 6 squared 36, square root of 36 is 6. 7 squared is equal to 49, square root of 49 is 7. 8 squared is equal to 64, square root of 64 is 8. 9 squared is equal to 81, square root of 9 is equal to, square root of 81 is equal to 9. 10 squared is equal to 100. So square root of 100 is equal to 10. Okay. If 4 squared equals to 16, then the square root of 16 equals to 4. That is the inverse operation. Inverse operation. We can write it as children, if 4 squared equals 16, 4 squared can be written as like this. The square root of 16 equals to 4. It can be written as like this. Okay. Read this as 4 squared. 4 squared is equal to 16. This is square root of 16 is equal to 4. Okay. The inverse operation. Inverse. 4 squared means 4 into 4 is equal to 16. So the square root of 16 is 4. Okay. Squaring a number. Squaring a number means a number multiplied by itself. Squaring the number 3 means 3 squared. 3 squared, which means 3 into 3. 3 into 3 is 9. So the square root of 9 is 3. Okay. Squaring a number means 3 into 3. 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 9. Then the square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 9 is equal to 3. Okay. Children, this is a symbol for square root. This is a symbol for square root. Okay. This is known as radical sign. Radical. R-A-D-I-C-A-L. So to represent the square root of a number, we are using this symbol, radical sign. Radical. Okay. We can read these numbers as square root of 9. Square root of square root of 9. Okay. This is square root of 16. This is square root of 81. Square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 16 is 4. Square root of 81 is equal to 9. Because 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 9. 4 multiplied by 4 is equal to 16. 9 multiplied by 9 is equal to 81. Okay. So what is the square root of 81? 9. The square root of 16 is 4. The square root of 9 is 3. Okay. Let us do more examples, children. 7 multiplied by 7 is equal to 49. We are squaring the number 7. That is 7 squared is equal to 49. Squaring the number. So what is the square root of 49? Square root of 49 is 7. Clear? Then 8 multiplied by 8 is equal to 64. That is 8 squared is equal to 64. So we can say that the square root of 64 is equal to 8. The square root of 64 is equal to 8. Okay. So children, the square root of a number is a number we can multiply by itself to give us that number. Square root of a number is a number we can multiply by itself to give that number. That is, square root of 4 is 2. Because when we multiply 2 by itself, we will get 4. Square root of 1 is 1. Because when we multiply 1 by 1, we will get 1 as answer. Square root of 9 is 3. Because when we multiply 3 by 3, we will get 9 as answer. Okay. These are the squares and square roots of the first 10 numbers. The squares are 1, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100. These are the squares of first 10 numbers, that is from 1 to 10. Okay. If we know the squares, then we can find the square root easily. Square root of 1, 1. Square root of 4, 2. Square root of 9, 3. Square root of 16, 4. Square root of 25, 5. Square root of 36, 6. Square root of 49, 7. Square root of 64, 8. Square root of 81, 9. Square root of 100, 10. Okay. Children, watch this video carefully and do the work without any mistakes. If you have any doubt about this topic, please send me a message. Hope this topic is clear for you. Thank you.